Hello friends, today we are going to introduce a very special group, that is general linear group of degree n over R. Friends, if we are taking any set of matrices of order n by n, such that entries of all these matrices are from reals, that is elements aij are from reals, with a very special property that the determinant of all these matrices are non-zero. Then this set form a group under what operation? Under the operation of matrix multiplication, and this group is called general linear group of degree n over R, where n is from n cross n matrices. So we will prove that this set form a group under the operation of multiplication, that is we will prove that this set will satisfy all these properties, that is closure, associative, existence of identity and existence of inverse under what operation? Under the operation of matrix multiplication. And we will also check the fifth property, that is commutativity, that if the set satisfy the property of commutativity under the operation of matrix multiplication or not. So let's check it. The first property we are to prove, that is closure property, that is if I take any two elements from this set, like I take any two matrices A and B from this set G, let's call it G, then after apply the operation of multiplication between these two matrices, that is A dot B, we are to prove that A dot B should also belong to G. We are to prove this. So if we define A as n cross n matrix like this, and B is also n cross n matrix, and if we multiply these two matrices, we know their multiplication is defined. Why? Because the number of columns of the matrix A, that is n, it is equal to number of rows of the matrix B, that is n. These both are same, so multiplication of A and B is defined. And what is the order of the matrix after multiplication of A and B? The order of A dot B will be equal to, first we will write the number of rows of A, that is n, into number of columns of B, that is n. So we get a matrix A dot B of order n cross n. Next, we are to check their determinant, that is determinant of the matrix A dot B. Guys, we have the property of determinant that if A and B are the square matrix of same order, then determinant of A into B is equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. Here we have A is also matrix of order n by n and B is also matrix of order n by n. So we get determinant of AB, this should be equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. And we know A and B both are the matrices from G. A and B both are matrices from G, so determinant of A is also not equal to 0 and determinant of B is also not equal to 0. So what we get from here, that determinant of A into determinant of B is not equal to 0, that is determinant of A into B not equal to 0. So we get a matrix A into B of order n by n such that its determinant is not equal to 0. So what we get from here, that A dot B belongs to the set G. So what we get, that if we take any two matrices A and B from G and we apply the operation of multiplication between these two matrices, then the resultant matrix A dot B should also belong to G. So G satisfies the closure property under the operation of multiplication. Next we will check the property of associativity. So we will check here the property of associativity. Friends, if we take any three matrices of same order, these matrices will always satisfy the property of associativity under the operation of multiplication. That is, if we take any three matrices of same order, that is order of these three matrices should be same so that their multiplication should be defined, then they always satisfy this property, that is AB into C is equal to A into BC. This is true for any kind of matrices of same order. So this result is true here also. So what we get from here, that G is associative under the operation of matrix multiplication. Now we will check the property of existence of identity. If I take any identity matrix of order n by n, that is like this. You know what is identity matrix? There is only diagonal elements and all of the diagonal elements are 1. We know the determinant of this identity matrix is always 1. That is not equal to 0, and this is n cross n matrix. So what we get, that I belongs to set G. If I take any matrix A from G of order n and apply the operation of multiplication with this identity matrix, we know their multiplication is defined because A is n cross n matrix and I is also n cross n matrix, and so here number of columns of A is equal to number of rows of I. So here what we get, their multiplication is defined, and we know multiplication of any matrix with the identity matrix, if it is defined, it is always equal to the same matrix A. It can also be written as I into A. So here what we get, that I is the identity element for the set G, because for any matrix A from the set G, A into I will always be equal to A, which is equal to I into A. So here what we get, that there exists an identity element in the set G. So G satisfies the property of existence of identity under the operation of matrix multiplication. Next we have to check the property of existence of inverse for the set G. So if I take any element from set G, let I take any matrix A from the set G, that is any n cross n matrix, and we know if this is matrix from set G, then determinant of this matrix is not equal to 0. We have to check that if there exists any inverse of this matrix in same set G. If I take any element B, that is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. We know determinant of A is not equal to 0, so we can write determinant of A in denominator, so this B is well defined. And we know adjoint of A is also n cross n matrix, and this determinant of A is just a scalar value. So what we get from here, that B is also a matrix of order n. And now if we are to check the determinant of B, this should be equal to determinant of all these values, that is determinant of adjoint of A by determinant of A. Friends, there we have a property of determinant, that is if we have any matrix A that is a square matrix of order n, and if we have k any scalar and we multiply k with A, then the determinant of Ka, this will be equal to k raised to power n into determinant of A. This is the property of determinant. So here we will apply this property. Adjoint of A, we know adjoint of A, this is the matrix of order n by n order, this is the matrix of order n by n. And we know determinant of A, this is just a scalar value. And if we apply this property here, so what we get from here, this should be equal to determinant of adjoint of A into, here k is determinant of A. So what we get k raised to power n outside, that is here we get determinant of A raised to power n outside. And we know determinant of adjoint of A is equal to determinant of A raised to power n minus 1 by A raised to power n we have. So solve it, we get 1 by determinant of A. And we know determinant of A is not equal to 0. So here what we get, determinant of B, that is 1 by determinant of A, this is also not equal to 0. So we get a matrix B of order n by n such that determinant of this matrix is not equal to 0. That is what we get from here, that is B belongs to G. And if I apply this operation of multiplication within these two matrices A and B, then what we get, A into B. This is equal to A into apply value of B, that is 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. This can be written as like this: A into adjoint of A by determinant of A. And we know value of A into adjoint of A is equal to determinant of A into identity. So put value of this here. We get this is equal to determinant of A into identity, where I is identity matrix, divide by determinant of A. So this is equal to identity, where identity matrix is the identity element for the set G. So here what we get, for any matrix A, we get a matrix B such that A into B is equal to I. Similarly, we can check B into A is also is equal to I. So here we get an inverse element for the element A from set G. So we can find inverse of each element from the set G. So what we get from here, that G satisfied the property of existence of inverse for each element under the operation of matrix multiplication. Friends, if we take any two matrices of same order like A and B, then generally this matrix under the operation of multiplication, this not satisfy the property of commutativity. That is, generally AB is not equal to BA. That is, AB is equal to BA. This result is not true for all matrices. So G does not satisfy the property of commutativity under the operation of matrix multiplication. So what we get, that the set G form a non-abelian group under the operation of matrix multiplication over the set of real numbers. Friends, generally we study the general linear group of degree n over F, where F is field. We will study definition of field in field theory. Here we have taken field as a set of real numbers. We can take here any field like field of reals, field of complex, and field of rationals. We can take any field here. We can take finite field also like ZP. So if we are taking here infinite fields like this, set of real, set of complex, set of rational, then this set will form a non-abelian group of infinite order. And if we are taking here finite field, then this set will form a non-abelian group of finite order. We will study it later in ring theory. So we get a result that set of all n cross n matrices over the set of reals having determinant not equal to 0, this form a group under the operation of matrix multiplication, and that group is non-abelian and order of that group is infinite. Friends, we have discussed general linear group of degree n over r. If we are to discuss special linear group of degree n over r, this is what? This is the set of all matrices of order n by n over the set of real. The entries of these matrices are from real, same as general linear group. But here's something special. What is this? That determinant of all these matrices are equal to 1. This is the set, and this set also forms a group under the operation of matrix multiplication, and this set is called special linear group of degree n over set of real over R. We can prove that this set is also a group, as we have proved that G is a group, and this set also form a non-abelian group under the operation of multiplication. We will discuss it again in ring theory. So thank you for watching this video.